Now the topic before us is peak, peak or peak. Now the right word. These three words, peak, peak and peak, are homophones. That is, when we speak any of these words, the pronunciation is same. But the letters in each of these words is different. Their meanings is different. This course equips you to conquer them all and use them with confidence. After going through this course, you will understand the meaning of each of these words and you will be in a position to use them properly. That is, whether you will understand where to you are to use PEEK, or where to you are use PEAK, or where you are to use PIQUE. Firstly, PEAK. It means the highest point or pinnacle of something. Suppose this is the mountain and it is the highest point, it will be called peak of the mountain. Peak is also used to refer to peak of one's career, highest point in one's career. If a person has reached a highest level in the organization, it may be treated as peak of one's career. Or the peak season of tourism. Here we will understand the usage of peak with the help of certain examples. Most athletes reach their peak in their mid 20s. Here the peak has been used with reference to the career. Their sales reached their peak during the holiday season. Here peak means highest sales recorded in the holiday season. Next, it is difficult to reach the peak of the Mount Everest, highest point of Mount Everest. Her career reached its peak in the 1990s. Another example is traffic reaches its peak between 8 and 9 in the morning. What it means? It means that traffic is at its highest between 8 and 9 in the morning. So here PEAK means highest of something. Next, we will understand the meaning of PEEK. What you look at this word PEEK. It has two E. In case of I, we again have two E. So this peak PEEK is concerned with eyes. It reminds you that peak is something to do with your eyes. Peek means to look at something, often secretly or through a small opening. Peek is concerned with eyes. When you look at something secretly or through a small opening, it is peek. P-E-E-K. Examples are: let me peek at your grocery list to see if you need anything else. I peeked through the blinds to see what was happening outside. He peeked at the menu before making his order or placing his order. The sun peeked through the clouds for a brief moment, or I took a peek at the list. Secret look, quick look at the list. Next is PIQUE, peak. It means to arouse curiosity or interest. It is the most common meaning of peak. PIQUE, to arouse curiosity or interest. It may also mean to slightly offend or hurt meaning feelings, annoy someone, though this is a less common meaning. Examples of usage of this word are: the movie trailer piqued my interest. aroused my interest. The professor's unique teaching style piqued the students' interest in the subject. Next is it picked her when no one invited her to the party. Suppose there are 10 persons in the class and all the students have been invited by some other student for his birthday party on, and one person or one student has not been invited. So it picked her. It hurted her feelings when no one invited her to party because she was not invited to the party. Common mistakes using peak, P-E-E-K instead of peak. Her career or he reached the peak of his career. Here P-E-E-K is concerned with eyes to look at something secretly. If we say peak, P-E-A-K, it is highest point of something. So what he reached the peak of his career, highest point. It is correct. Misusing peak, P-I-Q-U-E. She was at her peak performance during the finals. Here we are talking about that his performance was the best during the finals, peak, highest point. So highest point is this, P-E-A-K. So this is correct, this is wrong. Mixing peak, P-E-E-K and peak, P-I-Q-U-E. The mystery movie really piqued my interest. Piqued is this, P-I-Q-U-E, to arouse curiosity or interest. This is correct, this is wrong. Practice questions. We have to find out which peak, P-E-E-K, P-E-A-K or P-I-Q-U-E, which of these words is to be used in these blank spaces. She tried to peek at the answer sheet to have a secret look. P-E-E-K. The population of the expected is expected to peak next year to reach a highest point. Highest point is P-E-A-K. The actor's career peaked after his Oscar win. Peaked, highest point. P-E-A-K-E-D. Peaked. The child peeked through the window to see what was happening. Secretly saw through the window. P-E-E-K-E-D. Peaked. Next, the new discovery has truly piqued my interest, arouse curiosity, arouse or interest. Piqued, P-I-Q-U-E-D. Piqued my interest. She took a quick peek at the birthday present. Peek, look, secret look. P-E-E-K, which is concerned with eyes. The mountain climbers reached the peak, highest point of mountain. P-E-A-K. The new mystery novel managed to create interest or arouse interest, my pique my interest to curiosity from the first chapter. He was at his peak performance, P-E-A-K, peak, highest point, highest performance. After the meeting, she could not help but peek through the documents. Peek through the documents, secret look. Eyes, P-E-E-K. His interest in the project began to peak. Curiosity reason or interest, arising of interest. PIQUE, began to peak. The company's profits are expected to reach to new heights this quarter. Reach to new heights. PEAK. Next, remember, quick or secretive look, peak. Think highest point for peak, PEAK. Think spark interest for peak, PIQUE. By understanding these subtle differences, you will be a master of peace. मास्टर ऑफ पीस का मतलब मास्टर ऑफ पीक and elevate your writing. Always remember to consider the context in which each word is used to ensure you are conveying the right meaning. That is, after going through this course, you will properly understand the meaning of each of these words and you will correctly use the word which properly fits in this sentence you are writing, and the reader will be in a position to understand properly what you want to convey. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course. Now the topic before us is farther or further, choosing the right word for distance. Further and farther often trip up seasoned writers. It means that even we may be very perfect in English grammar, it is quite possible that while making use of the words such as farther or further, we may do some mistake. This course will equip you to use them correctly, ensuring your clarity and avoiding confusion in your writing. Now, firstly, we will understand the meaning of the word farther. FARTHER. It is primarily used for physical distances that can be measured. For example, Mumbai is farther away from New Delhi. New Delhi. It means that we are talking about the physical distance between Mumbai and New Delhi. Next is which is farther from here, USA or Canada. It means that we are talking about the physical distance between a particular location and on the other side is USA or Canada, and we want to inquire which is at more physical distance. So here we will use the word farther. We had to walk farther than the map indicated. It means that though the map indicated less distance, actually we had to walk more physical distance to reach the destination. So in case of physical distances, we use the word farther. Now we will understand the word further. It is used to refer to metaphorical or figurative or non-physical distance. It can also mean additional, more, or greater degree, extent. It is also used in emails or in business letters or emails to refer to earlier letter, email, meeting. Suppose we are working in an organization and our organization has a large number of branches, and we want to ensure that each of our office has CCTV cameras. We have already written an email to our branches to install the cameras, but some of the offices have not responded whether they have installed CCTVs in their offices or not. So what we will do? We will write further to our email. Here we will use further, FURTHER. T-H-E-R. Word will be used further. That is, it is used in emails to refer to earlier communication, to refer to earlier letters, to earlier meetings. It may be possible that we have some meeting with our client. In that case, we will refer to further to our meeting dated. So here we will use FURTHER. We will also understand the use of this word further with the help of certain examples. Please contact our agent in France for further information. Further means additional information, for more information, for more clarity. The family plunged further into debt that year. Here, further means more. The family plunged more into debt. Further, FURTHER. We need to extend the deadline further. Further means more. Though we had fixed a deadline for the submission of an application, that deadline has been extended. So we need to extend the deadline further. Further means more. I will investigate this matter further. Further means more. Tips for choosing the right word, whether we are to use farther or further. If more or additional fits your sentence, then we will use the word further. If we are to measure the distance, or if we can measure the distance with a ruler or a map, then it is proper for us to use farther. Now we will test the knowledge whether we have been able to understand the difference between these two words. Dash to my email dated 12th December 2013, I would like to inform you of many recent developments. As already told that here further is used when we are to talk about physical distance, and further is used to refer to additional, more, or to refer to earlier letters or emails. So here we will use further FURTHER because here we are referring to earlier communication, earlier email or letter. Now there are certain more examples where we will be doing filling the blanks. My hat blew dash away in the wind. A strong wind was blowing and my hat fell at a distance. So here we will use farther because here we are to refer to physical distance. I have no dash questions. Here we will use further. Further means more. I have no more questions. Further, FURTHER. We need to discuss this further. Suppose a person is wants to sell his product to me and I want more information about that product. So we will say that we need to discuss this, or discuss your policy, discuss about your product further to get more knowledge, additional knowledge. We had to walk dash then the map indicated. That is, the map was indicating a certain distance, but when we walked, we have to travel more. So here we will use farther because we are here talking about the physical distance. Let us explore the idea further. More, so that we can gain additional knowledge about the idea, or whether this idea will work into our business or not. Here we will talk about further, more. By mastering the difference between further and farther, you will write with precision and you can ensure that you are able to convey your message properly and in the manner in which you want to convey. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.